Okay, what's up, guys? Um, since I won't actually be hosting calls or sending out as many charts up as I usually do over the course of the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna record this video for you guys, post it, so you guys can have something to base off your markup from if you need it. Woo! Let's go ahead and go. I'm gonna share my screen. Let's go here, and essentially, what I have pretty much set up for this week. Train GJ, GA, UChef, or for the next few weeks. I mean, I'm planning on swinging them all. Not really looking to enter too many trades in the next coming weeks. But what we're going to be doing is focusing on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, 4-hour time frame, we see we have a clear impulse here. Got this correcting down. Now, this could potentially impulse up, or it could break that trend line and we get a correction. Looking for it to come down one more time, about 200 to 300 pips. I already entered in for this buy. If you were on the call earlier, I actually entered on that live call. I haven't uploaded that video because it was divided in about 5 different videos because there was poor internet connection. But yeah, I'll have to fix that before I can upload it. But on the small time frame, got a small impulsive break of that trend line, small correction here, looking for it to push it again. I've entered twice here. I'm just holding both of those positions. And on both those positions should give you about 4% increase on your account. I know I sent out a chart with you guys having like a 60 pip stop loss or something like that. So you guys are a little bit closer to it and you're already in profit. But just swinging that for 200 and another 121. And I will be counting that 121 since I just told you guys about it on this call. GJ entered this earlier today. But let's go ahead and check the 4-hour. 4-hour, we clearly see that we have a downtrend here. Looking for price to come down all the way down to this demand zone for about 500 pips. Okay, so we're going to capitalize every single time price hits our kill zone. We're going to be looking to enter. Okay, price is forming that correction that we like. Let me slow down. Price is forming that correction that we like, right? Here's our impulse. Here's our correction. We take our Fibonacci's from here to here. We can see that level is the 38.250 Fibonacci level. I'm liking the 50 up there, so I want to see price come up there a little bit. And also looking for price to actually come up a little bit deeper, wick us out. If you remember from the March 16th morning call. Let's go ahead and go to, we already checked the 4-hour. Let's go to the 15-minute on here. I believe that's where we found the entry. Entry here off this evening star. That was our first entry. Looking for another entry where price gets back up to this area. As I said, looking for another entry when price hits this area. Another evening star, another 3 inside down, engulfing candle, whatever it may be. Looking for that alert to go off, and we're going to enter. That's GJ. GJ, as I said, it's potential 500 pips. So, I mean, like, you can keep holding it. There's no reason to take profit simply at 300. Let's go to GA. GA, we're just long-term swinging this. Wasn't really any serious entry because when price came here, it actually pushed past our kill zone, came all the way up to here, and actually gave us the evening star. And I simply entered off of that because I was like, let me just swing this. So I don't have to stare at this all repeatedly, right? With 133 pip stop loss, I know in the screenshot I set my stop loss here, but I saw look back on MetaTrader 4. So I have it on my laptop, and I actually moved price up above these highs over here. Okay, so that 133 wasn't even accurate. It's probably about right there where I set it. 147. Okay, looking for another entry. Price has the potential to come back up to there. Maybe. But definitely looking for this to come back down. Every time it hits the top, it sells. Every time it hits the bottom, it buys. And for the big sell, I mean, this is like your early entry for the bigger sell. But for the big sell, we're looking for price to break this trend line, give us a correction, and come down. Okay, this is a potential of 313 pips. Be on the lookout for that. I believe also sent out a setup on CAD JPY. I actually took that off my list. CAD JPY waiting for price to break that trend line, which it looks like it already has. And what I'm going to be looking for is price to correct here. Okay, so like I was saying, impulse up, looking for this correction down to this level, and we're going to be looking at a 61.8 Fibonacci retracement. Don't have JSP, but it was nice setup. Okay, cool. And let's go so far to see how this move actually is going to be like, or what we want this move to be like. Yeah, I'm looking for price to come all the way up to there. That's a good. This is beautiful. It's another 350 pips. And when price gets to this area, right up in here, I'm going to be looking to sell. Yeah, nice and easy. Nothing hard at all. And those are really the setups. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick review over these indexes from what we did this morning and from what it looks like. What is this? Looks like we potentially got everything that we wanted. That trend line, hold on, am I tripping off this trend line? It was the trend line was here, yeah, definitely. This is our break. Let's go to our 5-minute time frame. Impulse down, came up and corrected. Didn't correct to the zone that I said I wanted it to correct to. I mean, so there's no entry there. Nas, I didn't say do anything there because I said I'm only looking for the sell there. Didn't really see anything else. DAX, buy is about to set up. It's coming to this area. It's moving correctively. I actually would feel comfortable like moving it right there and entering here in this area. Obviously, like it's a little bit too late for that initial entry, but like wait for it to come back down again. Could see that hit there, and let's go ahead and yeah, that's a good move. All right, we'll see if that plays out. Won't really edit too much on that one. And then gold. I think someone asked about that. Looks like I didn't because I don't have it marked up. Unless I'm looking at the wrong one. In fact, whoa, I think I did mark this up, and this is looking perfect. Hey, I should have made some money today off of that. That was too easy. Like, there's no reason there shouldn't have been any entry. We have a 3 inside up there, set our stop loss below the demand zone. Then we had an engulfing candle here. And I mean, that's an easy 302 pips, bro. And I believe I sent that out to the chat as well. Yes, we did. So that's 300 something added to the stats. And then I believe Bitcoin also dropped, but I told you guys to close that. Whatever our loss, we'll catch them next time. So we entered here in this area. Price waked up, came up to this area here. Our stop loss was above here, so it didn't come anywhere close to our stop loss. At least my personal stop loss was. I think I set your guys' stop loss a little bit lower, maybe. I would have to check for that, but price did drop about 1,000 pips, which got us a third of the way there. And let me actually share my screen so you guys see what I'm talking about. All right. So here to here, 1,000 pips, give us a third of it. We set our stop. I believe I set my stop loss up here. I'm not sure if I told you guys to set it up there too. Like I said, check the screenshot. Let's go to practice. That looks beautiful. This is AD cat is a little bit too easy. And like, I'm not basing off of anything. So obviously do your own analysis off of that. I just see pattern telling me what's the next direction price is going to go. It's going to go up a little bit more. Yeah, that's setting up perfectly. CHF JPY. The axis set up perfectly. That looks like garbage. It's also set up really nicely. We actually just had a close. Potential re-entry right here. Set potential. All right. Understand how much you're risking with that 150 pip stop loss. And I believe we're actually going for, we actually going for 2-to-1 there. We can still go for 2-to-1 here. This is how you stay off the charts, guys. These big moves. Just give me a 2-to-1. Oh, my contact moved off my eye. This GJ is too easy. Please enter GJ. That one's not doing anything. 30 didn't do what we wanted it to do. UChef is beautiful. Please execute. I may re-enter. Honestly. Yeah, okay, there's nothing else. There's nothing else of like major significance, to be honest with you guys. Yeah. So on UChef, I know a lot of people have been seeing this downtrend here, but from this previous downtrend, we got a break. So I'm going to be going with this impulse up, this correction here. And I'm not going to be going with the sell until that trend line is broken. Just how I personally view losses. If I'm in the market, if I have to take the losses on that because I'm being stubborn, so be it. I don't really care. Just going to re-enter another trade. Just going to enter another trade. And something I actually read in Mark Douglas' book, The Disciplined Trader, that I wanted to send out to you guys. I'll go ahead and send that out as soon as I finish recording this. Probably give it another 5-8 minutes, and then I'll end the recording. Depending on how much I need to tell you guys on this. Let's hide that trade. And we're going to place a new trade here. And the reason I'm hiding it is because notice I tend to get stuck in my bias when I still have those those position markers on my screen. So I like to take those off. So on the 1 hour, I saw the impulse and correction. And here on the 5-minute time frame, you can see that we got a morning star there, 3 inside up there. Gee, that's nothing. There's a morning star. All right, so all our entries have passed, right? How many pips is this? If I enter now. I can set a 34 pip stop loss. Okay, it's fair, I'm not gonna go for 68. Am I doing math wrong? No, I'm not. Okay, cool. All right, so I'll be looking to take that. I mean, it looks easy enough. I'm definitely not gonna be mad at myself if I lose this. Um, but I do recommend reading Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone, and Mark Douglas, The Disciplined Trader. Disciplined Trader gives a lot more instructions, in my opinion, or a lot more plain instructions. All right. And I believe Trading in the Zone gives you the perspective. So Disciplined Trader gives you the instruction, and then Trading in the Zone gives you the perception. All right. So pretty much on this, not the best entry ever, but I mean, all our confirmations are there. If price comes back down here again, it's possible another entry. But just because I don't want to come back and look at the chart, I'm going to set a big enough stop loss to where I do not think the market will come to. If the market comes to here, I don't really want to be in the trade anyway. Or I want a better entry on it. You can set a 40. Nah, I'm kind of liking, I like the 68. You can set a 35 and go for a 70. Because it doesn't push it all the way up to the top of here, but still gives us a good area. So let me stop talking and go ahead and enter this trade. Okay, that is a, and what do I want to gain from this? Risking 35. We could risk 1%. How much am I risking total already? I'm in 1, 2, 3 trades. And on one of them risking half, 1, 1, 2. Oh, I'm risking 1.5. This is cake. We're about to risk a whole percent on this one. Okay, close out this call. I'm actually gonna go ahead and play some music for a few minutes before I hop off and go eat. I'm going for 2-1. That's cool. I think I actually have a trade that I'm going for 3-1. So that puts me above that definitely puts me above my goal. What was the last stop loss? I think 35 pips. All right. And let's go ahead and one click order. I think it was 2.9, 29 or 0.29. There you go. All right. And it was execution, correct? Yes, it was execution. We are going to go ahead and put the stop loss. Jesus Christ. That looks a lot closer than what it does on freaking Trading View. Jeez. It's probably because it took me a minute to actually answer. That's fine. I can definitely recover from that anyway. It doesn't matter. So if I lose, I'll lose 1%. If I win, I'm going to be winning. I didn't set the take profit. Let me go ahead and fix that. Hey, I mean, we can squeeze out a little. We can squeeze out a little 100 pips from this. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I ain't gonna be mad if we squeeze out extra 100 pips. Now let's just go for the 68. or the 70. I think I agreed on. Yeah, 35. So what does that bring the total to? Perfect. Stats. Come on now. Perfect. And then this one, perfect. All those fall through. Don't have to trade for the rest of the month. All right, guys. I mean, that's pretty much it. We're gonna sleep on this, wake up in the morning, see if dollar gained a little bit of strength, and pay this some money. That would be absolutely amazing. All right, guys. And I do want to play this at the end because I have a new favorite. Give me 1 sec. All right. So I'm going to chill here for 2 extra minutes, maybe, because 7:30 is about the time that I said it would end. 2 extra minutes, see if anything comes to my mind that I forgot to tell you guys or that I really want to tell you guys before we hop off. And is this in trading? Yeah, this is in the trading session playlist. All right, guys, that's about it. Go ahead and turn this down. That's really about it. Pretty much went over everything I wanted to go over, everything I could think of, and actually to close up the call. Okay, to close up the call, I wanted to bring this up. I went ahead and grabbed the book. Yeah, short-term memory loss. I'm talking about the book I talked about earlier, The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas. Right. So when I was entering UChef, I was telling you guys, I didn't care if it my stop loss or my take profit. Okay. The reason I've been stressing that so often recently is because somebody that I was on a private session with, or yeah, we were on a private session. Someone I was on a private session with was talking about, man, I shouldn't be losing, or like not necessarily me, but like, man, I shouldn't be losing. And they essentially, what the vibe that I got from them is that they were afraid to lose in the market. They thought a good trader doesn't lose trades, or a successful trader, a profitable trader doesn't lose trades, which that is completely wrong. Everyone loses trades. Okay, I've been bugging over this for like the last week and a half or whatever, because I'm trying to bury this in people's minds, because been trying to bury this in people's minds because it's so important. And like, when I was first learning, I didn't know this. Right? I thought if you were a successful trader, if you were a millionaire trader, you're winning every single one of your trades. I thought every one single trade is supposed to hit TP. Every single trade is supposed to be blue. That's false. Okay. And like I said, it's a probability game. You're supposed to understand that over the course of a number of trades, you want to win a certain amount so that you can be profitable, or at a certain profit, have a certain profit. Okay. And you determine how many trades you are expected to win and expected to lose based off of trading over a longer period of time. Demo trading, figuring out which, if you use this strategy repeatedly and execute it flawlessly, how many times will you lose? How many times do you generally win? Okay. That is why I have this sheet for you guys. Made this nice sheet so you guys can see bare minimum needs to be profitable with a, let me see, I think someone was here earlier. All right, $600 account. With a $600 account, risking 2% and having a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio over the course of 10 trades. If you use a stop loss of 30 pips at a 0.04, your wins, you will have to win a bare minimum of 3 trades out of 10. All you have to win is 3 out of 10. That gives you a 30% win rate, and you will be profitable. You will make at least $26. I'm not saying to make $26. Of course, everybody wants to be all the way up at the top, but all we're focused on now is just being profitable and staying away from these red numbers, staying away from the negative numbers. If you're first getting involved in this, if you're used to having negative profits at the end of the week or end of the month or end of the day consistently. All right, we want to be consistent winners, not consistent losers. Okay? And part of becoming a consistent winner or consistently profitable trader is understanding that you're going to lose trades. Is understanding that your stop loss is going to get hit. So back to what I was talking about, this book. Okay? When you get this book, right? Because if you're going to be a successful trader, I'm sure you're going to be reading a whole lot of stuff to learn, right, guys? You're going to be reading a whole lot of stuff right here. Okay? So get this book, turn to page 206. Step 2, dealing with losses. Okay? I have stuff highlighted in here. Okay, I really want to get this out. This is only trading rule number 1. He has trading rule 2. Those are the only 2 rules he has on here. First thing I have highlighted is predefine what a loss is in every potential trade. By predefine, I mean determine what the market has to look like or do to tell you that the trade no longer represents an opportunity. Okay, that is exactly what your stop loss is. That is why I have not been caring about how big these stop losses are, and why I've been setting 100 pip, 200 pip stop losses, or 50, 60, some numbers that you guys aren't used to me like placing. Because I remember back in the heyday when I first like started these calls, I was only setting 30 pip stop losses. And now I'm setting 100 pip stop losses. I'm going way beyond the 50 pip mark or whatever, right? Because I understand that I need to set this stop loss at a point where I think that, okay, if price gets down to this level, I don't believe that my trade is going to work out anymore. I don't think, I mean, it's clear that this does not fit my setup, right? Because my setup has to stay between a certain margin. And you have to understand that based upon your rules, based upon your confirmations. Okay? Another thing that I highlighted in here, which is really important, I believe this is probably one of the biggest nuggets I can give you, right? Period. If you understand impulse correction continuation, bro, that's really all you need. If you understand that trend line and how to box person, that's all you need. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't need anything else after that. And if you have, like, you don't have to learn anything else. I'm telling you, okay? I don't know how much I can more, but the biggest nugget I can actually give you outside of just looking at the chart and marking up and front the possibility of being wrong, consequently not avoid inevitable of thinking loss. Because the reason I'm stressing that, saying it's the biggest nugget, because a lot of people coming into this, they believe they need to avoid losses as much as possible. You have to confront it, right? You got to face your demons. You got to face things that you don't want. You have to say, okay, if this were to happen, this is how much I'm going to lose. And you have to be okay with that. All right? It's all about just acceptance. What I'm telling you takes the stress away from trading. Okay? A lot of you guys want to be swing traders. A lot of you guys want to place a trade and not come back to it for a few months or whatever. You have to be comfortable with, what if you hold that trade for 3 months and then on 3 months and 1 day, it hits your stop loss? And you have to be comfortable with knowing that possibility the entire time you're holding that trade. Come down and take your money. Okay. Last two things, only two more. Yeah, I'm only gonna preach two more sentences to you. All right, that's a lot. It's not too much. First is your understanding why. Well, let me back up a little bit. The relatively few successful traders in the market today did it the hard way. You, on the other hand, have the opportunity to do it much more easily. There will be two mental components at work to help you acquire this skill. First is your understanding of why it is so essential to confront the possibility of a loss. If you don't, you will generate fear and end up creating the very experience that you are trying to avoid. That sounds familiar. If you don't, you will generate fear and end up creating the very experience that you are trying to avoid. When you really understand this concept, it will become unacceptable. When you really understand this concept, it will become unacceptable to you to trade from the old perspective of loss avoidance. Let me say that one more time. When you really understand this concept of why you should confront the possibility of a loss, it will become unacceptable to you to trade from the old perspective of loss avoidance. You will think it's stupid to say, oh, I don't want to worry about my stop loss. I don't want to think about my stop loss. That trade is not going to take stop loss. I'm not going to lose money on the trade. You always have to confront that possibility because it is a possibility, all right? Okay, the last thing I'm going to talk about, second thing that you want to understand in order to fully comprehend this process or confronting your losses. Okay. All right. The second is your willingness to change your definitions of what it means to lose. Okay. You have to be willing to change your definition of what it means to lose. Okay. By using some of the mental exercises, the place is losses do not diminish me as a person. Okay. So the thing that you want to believe is that these losses that you're taking in the market don't diminish you as a person. They don't make you a worse person. They don't make you a terrible trader. They don't make you unsuccessful. Right? They're just part of the process. They just happen. And you just gotta let it happen. They don't matter. Yeah. So exercise, read this book, The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas, and study more on separating your emotion from your trading. It's crazy. I had the music playing the entire time in the background. But I hope that helps. I hope you guys catch some of these moves. I'll be sending this out a little bit late but I mean, there's still a possibility. You can still enter. There's your stop loss right there. Like I said, know the percentage that you're risking. All right. Catch you guys in 2 weeks. Or if I have free time, I'll record another call for you guys.